Chapter 7. Trigger. Something or someone will invite you. How will you answer? Quote, "It will certainly not be the worst book ever, since it's done. It'll be way better than only having the best book ever in our mind." Unquote. WBE author. The nutshell. What is going to start the action that will cause the reaction? Are you the determined, stubborn, DIY, I got this, and I'll figure it out on my own, and I don't need anybody else kind of decision maker? I sure was. Let's do a little scoreboard. Books written with I got this alone attitude, 0. Books written with we're better together mantra, 30. Ouch. Don't get me wrong. I have accomplished tons on my own. No, really, I promise. But the hard stuff, the real elements, the core dreams that will make me who I am? Yeah, those I held close to the vest, in the closet, and all to myself. I suffered through years of dreaming the dream, and although I didn't realize it, I was waiting for someone to invite me to the real life I was pretty sure I was supposed to be living. For me, it's simple. My trigger came in the form of a guy named John Muldoon in San Francisco in 2012. Larkin Street. On our way to a hole-in-the-wall Ethiopian cafe, and I came out of the closet and told John that I had been working on a novel. I had worked with the guy for years and had never bothered to mention that. At the time, he was running a project called Monthly Experiments, where just for 1 month, together with a group of people, you did something out of your comfort zone. It was often no caffeine, wake up at 5 a.m., stop work at 5 p.m. But on Larkin Street, that fateful day in San Francisco, he set in motion the trigger that was about to change the next 9 years of my life. He set up a monthly experiment to write every day for the month of November 2012. That was it. Simple as a pimple. The thing was, I actually did it. I started on the 1st of November, and I wrote until the 30th of November. But what happened after those 30 days, and what John knew because he had tricked many people into learning habits through prior experiments, was that after those 30 days, I might say something like, "Gee, that wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be." Most people. I kept going. I ended up writing 2,808 days in a row without missing a day. I published 30 books. I closed down my design agency, moved my family to Europe, and I'm now the writer I had dreamed about since I was 20 years old. All from coming out of my shell on Larkin Street to a friend who took action and then triggered me to take action. He invited me to do something I knew I wanted to do. But apparently, I needed that instigation, that prodding, pulling, that little push to get me going. I needed John Muldoon. I needed a trigger. Seemingly insignificant. Was Larkin Street full of fireworks that day? Did I get struck by lightning? Champagne, fanfare, applause, recognition? Nope. Nada. This might be the most important element of this book, of the WBE challenge, maybe of your upcoming life. The trigger we're talking about here. This action that will, hopefully, cause a reaction. It might not come in the form of magical sparkles and background music from your favorite dramatic Netflix series. It's terribly possible that the Rolling Stones don't burst into the room where you're reading this book and bust out a tune that's going to catapult you into the future you've been wishing for. There probably won't be cheering. Possibly no mountaintop screaming from the top of your lungs. It might be subtle. It could be practically invisible. It's probably unexpected. It's almost certainly going to happen soon. If you're open to the invitation. If you'll allow the answer to come along and respond to your question, to your calling, to who you will be next in your life. If no one comes to mind, if sparkly glitter isn't falling around your head right now, if you're wondering if anyone will ever come along and invite you to take that next step in your life, let it be me. Allow it to be me. Right now, right here. Grant me the joy of inviting you, of triggering you to take action on this next step in your life. The one that starts right now. What if this book is your Larkin Street, and I'm your John Muldoon? Crazier things have been known to happen. It might seem like nothing could move the mountain of your dream, but what if it takes just a slight shiver of the earth to trigger the tiny earthquake that loosens the foundation just enough so the volcano that is your energy is allowed to erupt? It might seem like nothing. It might seem insignificant. It might be perfectly and wonderfully, seemingly insignificant. It might be that your trigger happens right now. Trigger time together. Even if you're thinking ahead to the time and you're happy to do it together with others, something has to flip the switch, change the channel, and get past the point of no return. Trigger. Be possible. Possible. Force the trigger yourself. Impossible. Wait to be 100% sure it's the right trigger. Possible. Feel it. Go with it. You can watch one of my favorite Thursday Thunder videos in the WBE bonus content. Look for Seemingly Insignificant.